The streets is watching, busy waiting for the come up. Too busy grinding through the night until the sun up. You from New York, where your outfit gotta be done up. Was born a boss like a CEO since my come up.
Yo, what it do? What it do? This is CB Charlie Brown. I'm here with Streetz is Watching podcast. I'm in the building. I'm here with the lovely lady
Robin Bamboo.
Bamboo, what is your IG? If they want to see IG stuff, they want to see Streetz is Watching stuff, where do they go?
Okay, they're going to go at BAM as in Mary, BUE. Bamboo. That's it. Got it locked down.
Exotic dot Streetz is Watching podcast, SIWP. Follow us. Rock with us. If the streets is not watching you, then watch the streets.
Pretty much.
Okay? Let's get to it. Charlie, how was the day, bro?
Yo, the day was pretty good, man. Spent some time with the famo.
Okay.
Just chilled out. Kicked the 1-2, saw a game or two.
What was for dinner today? What was for dinner today?
You know what I had?
That's the craziest question.
Some Jamaican jerk pork with the sweet sauce.
Jamaican jerk pork with the
You can't have the jerk pork and not
bring me
have
a
the sweet
plate?
sauce. Can't.
That's
I
sauce.
never had the
It's all
sweet
about the
sauce.
sauce.
Listen, throw the jerk away if the sauce ain't in the bag.
The food ain't popping if it ain't the sauce.
Who made
It's
it?
all
Who
about the
cooked
sauce.
it?
Made it some Jamaican restaurant spot.
Oh, really?
Charlie's
Out there in
eating
Queens.
out at this point. Charlie is not cooking at this point.
Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't.
He's supporting.
wanna be
He's supporting
sexy.
businesses,
Of
the
course,
restaurants.
of course,
He's
absolutely.
eating out. Bamboo, what was for dinner today? Did you even eat dinner today?
No, actually, I didn't. I don't know why I'm so fat. Because I hardly eat.
That's an issue
Bamboo,
that we
you
need to
far
talk
from
about.
that.
Yeah, we're
Far
going to talk
from
about things like that because I really hardly eat. So I guess it's my metabolism. I don't get to move around.
Those
I sit behind the
glasses,
desk all day.
those glasses,
and the
though.
glasses, yeah.
Well, you
Fantastic.
sparkling. You sparkling with
Okay,
the green
wait.
on green.
One.
You look like
one
share
piece
money.
at a time.
Pure money.
I'm catching up with you. I'm gonna figure this out because you're so fly.
But those
I think
glasses,
One
she's
piece at a time.
battling you.
Yeah, let's go.
Supposedly,
I
I
like
think.
you like the squareness of it all. I wanted to
the
impress you.
squareness, the face, it matches your face because you have a octagon face. Your face is very octagon based.
Is that good or bad? I'm trying to see. I'm trying to
fish shake,
But it complements the glasses. The square, the octagon.
Wait, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Fantastic thing.
Okay,
You
just
might
so long
wanna
as it
move
looks
on. You might
good.
wanna
Just
move
so long as it
on.
looks good. Because my
Moving on.
take is octagon.
Moving
My
on.
fish
Aisle
take.
3.
Moving on.
I'm gonna show you a picture of my ex.
You got it.
I'm gonna send our editor a picture of my
Beautiful face.
Okay, all right.
Bamboo, what are we starting with today? We're going to start
You
with
want
your
me to set
topic.
it off?
I want you to set it off because
No, I want
know
Charlie-
I know in our meeting we had some very very controversial topics. We want to start with you. What's going on? Talk to
Why
me.
you wanna
What's
start with
number
me?
one? Number one is
Well, for me, I have several things that I want to touch on. Ooh, segue from feeling insecure when you just talked about my face and everything.
Yo, E, she's still getting hit. Yo, E, you see the damage you've done,
Yes.
man? You see the psychological damage you've
Yes,
done?
this is what men
I
do.
actually thought I was
This is what
uplifting.
men do.
I want to uplift face.
This is what men do. This is the problem.
uplifting.
Okay. No, lights on and lights off when you have a sex. Listen, now when a woman's feeling some type of way about her body or whatever, like, do we turn the lights? Like, I don't know. Like,
See, I want to be fair. I want to be fair.
how do you want to be? You want to hear the whispers with the quiet and the candlelight and the lights off or something? I don't know. But when a woman's feeling insecure about her body, every man knows.
I want to be fair. I want to be fair, right?
He has a woman that's not so completely.
I want to be
popping.
fair, and I've had discussions with Charlie, who's had sex in multiple lights, fluorescent, iridescent.
Me too.
Charlie and I have talked about this many times.
You blowing me up right now. You blowing me up right now.
It's just a real thing, right?
It
What I want to
is.
talk about is, I think personally, and you guys can add to it.
Oh my God.
Lights add to the sexual stimulation. To me,
They got these new lights now.
True, it
though.
does. True, it does. Because you see the woman in all type of different forms in different lights. You know what I'm saying? So it just brings another kind of energy, sexual energy out pretty much into the atmosphere
So bring lights, like
as you're doing what you do.
and unfortunately for women, I don't think you guys get to get to focus on like different body parts during sex, so you don't highlight.
Right.
But as men, we highlight a cheek wave. We highlight.
He said a cheek wave. Wait, pause for a second. E.
Yes.
So explain what a cheek wave is.
I don't know what he's talking about.
So a missionary
He likes doing it from the
position,
back.
right?
No, that's doing it from the back.
Another position, seeing the back cheek moving
Some kind of way.
while
The
you're
fluttering of the cheek.
the
Does there
fluttering
have
of
to
the
be-
cheek while you're engaged is exciting.
Got you.
Women, I don't think women look at a male's cheek,
Yes, we do.
right, or a testicle moving.
Yes, we
Swing it
do.
back and
Yeah,
forth.
I don't think a testicle is exciting during. So you have to speak to that. You won't be able to see that in dark, Bamboo.
You're right. I mean, I was really feeling like what does a man really looking for a woman as far
Well,
as
look at what.
when she becomes insecure about her body, because the COVID had a lot of people gaining weight.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like women started gaining a lot of weight. You eating, you're not moving around as much or whatever. You can't go here or there to work out. And then I've heard it from a lot of women. This is why I'm bringing up this subject.
Saying is that so a man should try to be aware of how his woman feels
Make her
about her
feel-
body.
yeah.
And then she wants to like or try to dim it to the point where she feels comfortable.
She wants to turn off the light, and now
but as
would
you
you
say
be
that-
okay with?
Some women don't want to do that though, because I think some women get attracted to seeing their mate also. Like they want to see his chest, they want to
That's
see his
true.
arms.
They want to see him
wanna see
excited.
his-
That's true.
And what you were saying, Charlie, it's a
Ooh,
gift and a
ooh,
curse.
this
It's
brings
gift.
up a
let me-
great
let me-
thing
let
I
me
wanna
finish
say.
this. It's a gift and a curse because we might not be particularly mad at 5 pounds or 10 pounds you
Right,
gained.
correct.
And the
You
jiggle
might
and
be
the extra
self-conscious.
thing behind
We
the
might,
back.
Correct.
we might love the 5-10 pounds and we
yo.
like, let's show it.
Ooh.
Turn the
Beautiful.
lights on.
Something to hold
Fluorescent
on.
lights.
Right.
LED lights. We're ready for war.
For action.
I have a question, guys.
What's up? Talk to us.
When a guy all of a sudden just wants to only do it from the back, do he no longer love you?
Yeah. Good
Bamboo,
question.
I want to tell you something about the female body.
That's straight to
All right?
the jugular, huh?
There is nobody on this
Turn
planet.
your head over there. I don't want to see your face.
Yeah, listen carefully. There is nobody, and I want to look in your eyes. I want to look past
all of a sudden, just
the
all-
square
that's all you want.
glasses. I want to look past the
you're
Kanye
cheating.
glasses.
I think they're
see me.
cheating.
See the Kanye glasses.
Yes.
See me. There is no body of a woman that doesn't look complete when you get to see the butt, the back, and the back of the head.
That's true too.
Through
You know what it is?
through
But if
Bamboo?
from the
that's
back.
all you want,
There
all of a
is
sudden,
no,
if it just
there is no
changed.
other beautified.
Sometimes it's his favorite position with you.
No, it just
No, it's
changes.
not sometimes, Charlie. Charlie, let's keep it
No,
real.
it just changes.
Listen.
Not only it's happened to me.
Politics are all
It's
here.
happened
little
to
bit
me
of
and
Streetz
other
is
women.
This
And
is
then
Streetz
when
is
you
watching,
talk
Charlie.
about
There's
it
no
with other women,
politics.
Streetz is watching, and
There was
then
a little
they like,
backdoor
oh,
for fellas,
you're
eh?
on the platform. We want to talk about things. You go when you want things to talk about, so I'm gonna give you something to talk about.
Okay.
So now, when all of a sudden your man just all of a sudden always want to do it from the back, when he was doing it in all kind of ways, and now it's just only from the back. He's cheating. He's cheating.
Well,
You're
well,
a cheater.
you think he's cheating because of that?
cheating. Yes.
Charlie,
only
let's-
from the back.
Cheating?
Well,
Yeah,
Shah
that's
has
cheating.
something to say about this.
That's-
We're gonna
that's
get
cheating.
Charlie's.
That's
We're gonna get
cheating.
Shah's
That's a topic,
compliment
guys.
from
Hand
another
clap.
time.
Yo, listen,
But Charlie,
girls, my
what,
girls, I need your comments below on this one.
What other position, right? What position do females feel like we appreciate the male
Right
body
here,
or
look
the
at me. Get on top of me. I want to feel your body.
missionary?
Yes, I want to look
It's
at
for
your face.
nuns.
I want to look.
Missionary is for pastors.
I can't.
If you're a pastor or a reverend, then go with missionary. but if you're living your life in these streets,
In these New York streets?
in these New York streets that the streets is watching,
That's not right, y'all.
Yo,
That's
okay.
that
We have to
sounds
refrain,
insensitive.
Charlie. Charlie, we have to
extremely
refrain.
insensitive. You surprising me. This is very insensitive of you.
Charlie
women-
agreed with me just now.
It's
Listen,
very,
why-
I didn't
Charlie
know
agreed
this.
with me
Like
just now.
PG, listen, Bamboo, you sound like
God, your ladies-
PG-13 talk. You know what I'm saying? PG-13 talk, and when it comes to sex, I think
We
men
ain't
want
cursing.
rated R.
Oh my god.
We're looking for triple
So
X.
look at me.
And we're looking for quadruple
Wait. The oranges,
triple X if we
gonna
can.
come out.
So we're looking to do some explosive things.
Some explosive.
So,
You're making me cry.
I'm just saying.
Sorry, did you say explosive?
Listen,
Explosive
You know?
is a very
Forgive
good.
them for they know not what
it,
they
man.
say.
So next topic. Next
Yes,
topic.
it's your
Charlie.
turn. This is Charlie.
what's
What
up?
are you?
What's up? All right, fellas. Well, actually,
I feel like one of your boys, right? You know, Spike.
ladies and gentlemen, right? Tell me what y'all feel about a simp, and what classifies a person as a simp.
So Charlie, if you could explain to me what is a simp? What is a simp?
So a simp is a type of person, whether it be female or male, but generally speaking, we're going to talk about the males right now, who have a perplexed notion that they're going to go above and beyond for a particular woman, whatever her needs are. She can call you at 4 a.m. in the morning, hey, sweetie, can you give me some ice cream? And you go out your way, out your bed at 4 o'clock in the morning, go bring her some ice cream, and you ain't get no nookie yet. Like,
A simp. That's what they're called. A simp.
Are
Well, first I wanna appreciate Charlie for putting me on to a simp
you a
Okay.
simp?
because I've been
Are
a
you a
simp.
simp?
I've been a simp before, and I've been a simp in the first
I've had simps.
early stages of getting what I needed.
okay.
Simps are who we are because we're trying to get what we need. After that, the simp is completely eradicated. I don't know who a simp
Sometimes
is.
that's true, but then sometimes the girl will never let you, score on home base. So then you got
I've
played.
been there. I've been there.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree
So
with
I
that.
can't do the simp thing. I'm sorry.
Is that a bad thing? I
So you're
feel-
gonna win or lose
Listen,
living how you
she-
live.
Listen, at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? CB gonna move how CB gonna move, and she gonna either be with the team or without the team, and
Simp for not.
Can I say
No.
something?
So Bamboo,
As a
what do you,
woman,
what do you take? What do you
I
take?
don't like that term because that's her loss.
Of course that's her loss. Of course that's her-
Women claim that they're looking for a good man.
Yeah, but
okay,
listen,
that's going to
some-
be there for them and give them, everything. Well, you say you want a good man
Simp
that's going to
is
be
not
there for
just-
you.
Yeah, but
so
listen,
when he does, when you
simp is not
find that
just for men,
person,
too. Listen, simp is not for just for men too. Remember that some men, pimp women also.
Yeah,
So-
women
it goes
women
both
can be
ways.
the
Either
women
or.
can take the
Either
role
or.
of
Women are
Even-
classified
it goes both ways.
as like simps also.
But I don't. The term. I think that's a good man. I think it shouldn't be.
He is a good man, but listen, she's young at the time. She's on social media. She looking like she got like
A hoe.
200 DMs in a DM. Slinging you know what. So
I don't
cats is
know.
like, hey, I
we
could
got to
do this
get
for
back
you.
to that
I
DM
can do
piece,
that
that
for you.
social media piece.
Yeah,
But
come from-
Bamboo, I want to hear your complete official
Of a simp.
determination. Do you want a guy who's catering to you, or you want a guy that's playing balanced, hard to get?
No, I don't want no balance hard to get. I'm too, when you
you want it
grown,
too easy?
when you're grown and
Right.
you know what you want, and the woman is already standing up and doing what she needs to do. If you want to call him a simp, that
Bamboo
a
wants
person
a
that
simp.
knows how to stand up,
Period.
Yes, period. Okay.
and
You
be
like
there
Tell me what your
for
thoughts
you.
are on it.
I do appreciate Bamboo and her synth loving piece. I love the fact she loves that, and that's
Right.
her philosophy.
Some could be
But
suckers.
I know who I am, and I like a simp, but I also like someone who is a challenge as well, right? You have to play both for me. You can't be just a rollover, but you also can't be just I'm gonna give you a hard time. I need
Simp
balance.
is not a good word to then use in that classification. Right. You know what I'm saying? A simp is a person who continues to get used. They get no benefit. All right.
Okay.
So they just straight losers.
Gotcha.
So
I'm sorry. I need to look this up.
Listen,
Loser.
Yeah.
straight loser. It means you got played.
Yeah,
Okay?
pretty much.
You got
Yeah,
played,
that's
you
what it
will-
means.
You will continue
What do
to get
you
played.
like?
But I hate
Charlie,
that it means
what
that.
do you? Are you simp or anti-simp?
Of course I'm anti-simp. You know what I'm
He's
saying?
So you
Anti-simp.
like your
But he's a
woman to
giving
be
person.
challenging.
Well, here's my thing. So if I'm gonna hang out with a lady friend and she's gonna get my time equivalent to me getting her time, then we sharing time. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So the first thing that we bring in together, you know what I'm saying, is time. I'm not with the whole theatrics of I got paid for your time. If I needed that, then I go to the strip club or something.
That's a
You know what
fact.
I'm saying? That's
That's
it.
a fact.
So if the respect is not there from the gate, and I see that you a user
Wow.
off the rip, I'm out. I'm going to
What
tell
a
you, yo,
stand-up dude.
So you don't
you're
like them
injured.
simps. So you don't like the
You for
word simp at
balance.
all. You
So-
don't like it. It's simp.
so
a
his
simple
Simp is,
simp is a
listen,
simpleton.
Simp in that case would be, again, if the woman feels she can manipulate me
Pretty
and
much.
get whatever she wants, whether I got to pay her rent,
So
pay
she's
her
the simpleton
bills,
for real.
you know what I'm saying? No, you, the guy, would be the simp if you agree
That's
to
what they're
those
calling
terms.
it.
Wow. And you know,
But you know what kind of person becomes a simp though? You know, those internet guys may be like the autistic.
of
You know, they're
course.
afraid to, go out there and be with and, just
Bamboo, you seem like you have a lot of information on these internet guys and what they do. Are you a Christian Mingle? Are you a Bumble?
I'm just
Speak to me.
sensitive. I'm just sensitive to the male perspective.
It's fine. I don't
I'm just
judge you. This is a
sensitive
no
to-
judge Streets is watching zone. You know that.
Exactly. I'm
Okay.
coming from my perspective. I'm just coming from, a person who has a child who is afraid to approach and may do something like that to impress. a woman.
Well, let's get into how when you do impress and then now the relationship is going further, social media. Charlie, what is your philosophy on social media? Do you allow a lot of activity with exes and people that were trying to get at your woman on social media? What's your social media philosophy once you're messing with your lady?
Wow.
Wow. Wow. The
Wow
first
is
word
the
we
word.
got, Bamboo,
You know,
was wow.
It's like wow.
It was wow.
All right. So let me get surgical with it. Okay.
He says surgical.
If she is getting her money, she's doing what she got to do. Me personally, I'm the type of guy who really don't want my lady flaunting everything all over
So
the site. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But-
Now at the end of the day, if that's her thing and that's what she like to do,
And she
I
was
can't
doing that
change her,
before you?
correct? Can't change her. So it's either I'm gonna accept it and you know what I'm saying, be with her, or I gotta find somebody new.
But-
me generally, I
real talk.
tend to not try to look for those type of women.
You're
I
not
work
into
with
that.
them, yes, but to try to be with them on those levels, I try not to. Now,
Okay.
to break down a little bit further, of course, I look at a few different things. I look to see if they put up family or they close.
There's some balance. You're looking for
there you
balance.
go.
Right. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? If
Scroll.
it's too
You
much,
scroll. You gotta scroll.
Stunting on there.
Yeah,
then,
fronting
then
and
it's a
stunting.
stunt, and then you don't really kind of like know who the person is.
You don't want to be part of stunt game.
Yeah.
Bamboo,
that's
where
stunting.
are you with males and social media? Are they showing their
I don't
muscles?
no,
like
nope,
Charlie,
not
he's always
into it.
showing
Nope,
his
I want to
chest.
see.
He's
nah,
always showing
Not
his
anymore.
muscles.
Charlie, don't do
Not
that.
anymore.
No, he still does that. Please.
Not
You
anymore.
don't know about Charlie's
Not
other
anymore.
page.
Not anymore.
Charlie Brown's chest. At Charlie Brown's chest. Everybody go look up at Charlie Brown's chest
If that page does not
and
exist,
you will see
that
a
page.
whole nother side of Charlie. What do you feel about that?
I can't. Yeah, you're funny as you're so funny. Yo, Charlie, I hate that whole look of there's so many girls doing the same exact thing. How do you choose where and what you want to go with that whole look and the whole thing of the whole social media? Do you stunt in front and stunt? Because their lives, that's really not real. When you speak to them, you talk to them, they don't show the real part of them, which would be more important. It would look better.
This is true.
As far as
but for
except
you,
shoot-
Bamboo, and your males, how do you like your males to proceed?
Nothing. I don't want to see your
Before she even
chest. I
answer
want to
that,
see.
I want to do is I want to have a quick word from our sponsor.
Oh,
Okay.
sponsors?
Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
go with the
yeah,
sponsors.
Let's go.
This is Exotic. Streets is Watching podcast. Follow IMI Studios NYC. Go follow their social media platforms. Also their website for your audio, digital, music, podcast situations. Great stuff, great equipment, upgraded, great prices. IMI Studios NYC. For now, I want to go with Bamboo and the males. How do you want their social media to look like? Do you want to see chest? Do you want to see arms like
No,
Charlie all the
no.
time?
Maybe-
Do you want to see? What do you want to see from
Not
your
in,
male?
not in my generation. Maybe in like the 20s and the 30s. That's something that's for them. It depends on a generational gap or where you are with your
So
life.
you're rocking the cradle with a 30-year-old. What do you want? Bamboo?
And she rocks him.
I know.
Listen.
I heard. I seen her guitar many nights. What are you doing?
All right. No, wait, Mara. You You're just making me stutter. No, I don't want to see it. Like, it's got to be personal. You got to show me. You got to get in here first. You got to talk to me about what you're doing, where you're going in your life and everything. That's not all. That's fake.
You don't want to see that.
If you're a model, then do that. That's what I want to see.
So
but
you don't
if you're not a
check it
model.
to see, like,
I don't want to see body.
house,
No, I don't want to
home.
see body. I
No,
want to
so
see.
you
I
don't
want to see.
understand?
I want to see assets. I want to see growth. I want to see that you could build.
So Bamboo saying
That's
if
what
she's
a woman.
dealing with you, she doesn't want to see that.
A woman wants to
So,
build.
E, let me ask you a question, right?
Nesting.
So let me ask you a question. All right. So if you meet a lady, you know, how do you know she's wifey? Like, tell me,
Yes.
like, you know, try to break down a
That's
couple
what
of
I
your
wanna know.
list of what, you know, some of the fundamentals of what would bring her in close to you like that, and then also, you know, give me an idea as to like some of her faults that you would accept.
Well, I
that's
want
a
to
great
first point out
question.
that I have a great wifey right now, and I want to look into
Clap
the
it up for
camera and say,
wifey.
I have a great wifey right now. But
up
if
for
I
wifey.
had a wifey that would join our polyamorous life, that would be a part of
Yo, E, that
I mean,
sounds
but-
gangster already, my G.
our wifey kingdom.
E.
You don't understand.
Yo, E, that already sounds
I would
gangster.
be
There you
with
go.
that type
If
of
you want to be a
stuff.
part of our wifey kingdom, I want to see.
If you know how to do it, let's go.
There you go. I
Talk
want
to me
see a part.
correctly.
I want to see you. I want to see you
He's so
in love
stupid.
with your body.
Right?
Oh my
I want to
God.
see you in love with your health. And I want to see you having philosophies that you believe in. I don't care what it is, whether it's you want to be an artist, you want to be a business person,
you're
you want to be
supportive.
a Republican.
He's very
I just want to
supportive.
see you committed to something. I
Are
want to
you
see
sure?
you committed and your disciplines.
Okay.
Once I see that,
Right,
I
right.
could rock with you.
Okay, so Bamboo, let me ask you a question. So from a female perspective, how
That's
do
a
you
great
feel
question.
like, what do you look for in a man that makes him hubby, and what are the faults from him you'll be willing to accept?
You learn as you go. You learn through different relationships what you really think you want. And for me, it's stability.
Okay,
I
stability
need
important to you right
stability.
now? Okay, cool.
I need you to be stable. I need you to be honest. I need you to be true to your word.
Okay.
I don't even care if you
So
have
is it
another
okay
girl.
if he cheats?
No, you can't. It's not cheating if you tell me and I know and I can
Oh,
pick
okay.
her and I can know. Like I
Bless
I am the
Bamboo's heart.
kind
So you
of
called
I'm
the poly, yes, the
Yes, you see
polyamorous.
what he's talking
Oh,
about.
excuse me.
Because listen,
If
we're
you will,
human
Charlie,
beings.
polyamorous. Say
We're
it with me,
human
Paul.
beings.
Charlie,
We're meant to be.
polyamorous.
We're meant to
Polyamorous.
love.
Polyamorous.
If you're gonna tell me that there's some other girl, let me check out. Let me see it. I want to see. Listen. I'm that chick. You don't even
So
know.
would
You
you
know
wanna
I'm not a
join in?
hater. You know I'm not a hater.
Yo,
Let me see her. Is
didn't
she
I-
bad? Can she
didn't I
bring
ask you
something
on
to
the
the
last
table?
podcast?
You did,
So you'd wanna
this
join
Can
in?
she
comes
bring
up-
something? No, not that I want to join in. I'm gonna
Okay.
be number one. I'm gonna be the top.
But you
excuse me. So she can join in.
So yeah,
Exactly.
she
You can be
may
number one.
Be able to
You
join
can be
in,
number
but he
one
has to come
and-
to me. He would have to be able to come to a woman like me and let me know. Listen,
he
because
has
I
to
work a
come to
lot.
you and
I work a
then
lot, and I can't do.
He
I really
picks
don't
her?
want to
Wait,
do a lot
pause.
of things.
He picks her, or do you pick her?
We pick her. He can pick her. and
We
we
pick
pick her.
together.
Yeah,
Because
we pick
I
her.
want to talk
Do you
to
get it from the
Bamboo.
club or the strip club?
No,
Strip club?
it just has
Strip
to.
club.
Gotta
It's a
bring
strip
it.
club.
Wherever
Gotta
it is,
bring the
wherever it
right
is,
person.
Charlie,
He's
there's
so
no-
stupid.
there's no
I
particular
don't like
place,
people that go to strip
Charlie.
clubs. No
Listen,
strip club.
I was speaking to Shy about this. I was speaking to Shy and Armando about this.
Oh,
Shy and Armando agreed to me that you can both be number one. Number one
Clap it up to
isn't
Shy and
alone.
Armando.
That's not true.
Clap it up to
No
Shy
clap.
and
Number one isn't
No
alone.
clap. Why is all the men in here
Bravo.
clapping?
There are
That
different
is-
thrones.
No, why is all the
Charlie,
men in
do
here
you know
talking?
multiple
That is
kings?
unacceptable.
Yes.
I know multiple kings, Charlie. There's
That's
multiple
true.
queens.
We have
That's
to-
true.
There are places for everyone.
But
That's true,
the
Zen.
woman you have to make your number one woman feel comfortable and safe. Listen, all
course,
you
true.
dudes is whatever. Y'all
Always.
gotta move and y'all gotta move the way. Listen, y'all gotta move together. Like y'all,
Listen.
if y'all out in the club and
Listen.
you see something fly and
She gets the
fine, be
business
like,
first,
"Ooh,
Bamboo.
baby."
Bamboo. She gets the business first, and then the.
It's a way to do it. It just has to flow. That's it. It just has to flow.
Because
But
the female is watching,
there's different
the
type of
streets
women.
is
I'm that
watching,
type of woman.
everybody is watching.
Yeah, I'm that
That's fact.
type of woman, but I'm that type of woman, and yeah, I'm watching.
So
I'm watching
moving
these
on.
bras
E,
around my
tell me
man
what
too.
you got for us?
Well, I want to talk about, because we talked about how, these new progressive ideas of women and how we do relationships, but what we don't realize is this was about our consciousness way long ago, right? I remember like in the movie of One Night in Miami, right? Sam Cooke, right?
Ooh, clap to that movie. Y'all gotta watch that.
Jim Brown.
Yes.
You got Malcolm X. You got Muhammad Ali. They were about that life, having a good time, enjoying women. So there was no real like, yo, this is my wifey. I'm chilling. Exactly. These were men at the pinnacle of their life, ready to engage.
I had no idea all of them were like really close friends. When I watched this movie, it was really dope to me, and it was just really amazing to watch them, and it just made me just see. You know, it was just so amazing. They were three different personalities, but that blended. And, you know, just so fantastic. Like, they remind me of somebody. They remind me of us, actually.
You know what's super dope about it? I want to talk to Charlie about this in specific.
3 different personalities.
Charlie as a black brother, a black king, they disagreed on topics, even though they were on the top of their game.
Correct.
And that's fine.
Stayed fine with it.
You know what was dope about that? So that takes you back to that whole old saying that you know the person's character, you know, from the friends that they keep.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And, you know, if you look at that film, right?
Yes.
It was fantastic.
One Night in Miami.
You know,
have to watch it.
showcases 4
Amazon
strong
Prime.
brothers, right? 4 strong black brothers working miracles in each division of where they're operating in. Absolutely. And, you know, really making an impact. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
and I want to point out, Charlie, you talking about Sam Cooke, who was at the top of his musical career. Muhammad Ali was at the top of his boxing career. You got Jim Brown, the top of his NFL career, and then you got Malcolm X, who was the activist of pretty much legend.
I mean, you know, Sam Cooke's mentality at that time. He was one of the first ones trying to get production deals, controlling his production.
Get the masters. Superpower Charlie. You know what I'm saying? Superpower Charlie about that bag.
Listen, and you know, you don't even have to address the others. You got Malcolm, you got everybody else, you know, who's making, you know, serious power moves. Right. And, you know, some of those moves cost their lives.
That's real talk. I love the way you close that out.
Oh, man, that was fantastic.
Bamboo, I know we ran into... Right, we got into social media. We went into relationships. We went into the powerful idea of collective but disagreement. You have a topic that I was ready for you to bring up.
Which one?
In terms about biopics and people talking about their lives, and then what happens to the people who are involved with your biopic. How do they see?
What do you mean as far as what? What do you mean?
As far as Eric B. You talk about Eric B. and the Prince Marky D and
Okay. Oh man, this is really fresh for me. Prince Marky D. I got a call from Eric B. Before he just out of nowhere just text me about Prince Marky D dying. Because he know how close he was to me, you know, and I'm like, wait, what is he talking about? He didn't answer me no more, and then I Googled and there was nothing. So I was like, okay, wait, I'm one of the first to know. Okay, oh my God, so I'm calling around, and then out of nowhere, you know, we see that he has died. He was a major part of, the Fat Boys growing up. He was just a really great, sincere. And that what's so crazy is this week alone, I lost 2 friends.
Right.
You know, COVID is still real. It's very real. People are still dying. You really still need to, you know, do this. So I don't know what it is.
Protect yourself so you can protect other people. Absolutely. But,
you know, you have to protect yourself. You have to protect your friends. You have to just really realize that this is real. And this is also a thing with that I wanted to talk about with the injections, the vaccines and everything, you know, segue to the vaccines, like the fact that they wasn't even prepared. They keep pushing people and pushing. They was talking about the vaccine. And then now people get the vaccine. You're supposed to get 2 shots. And now they can't even provide it for people. My friends are actually saying, yeah, I'm going to do it now. They want to do it. People are changing their minds and want to do it. And then now that they're prepared to do it, they can't even supply the vaccine right now. That's what's happening. Like,
so let me ask you a question. So if you were going to do it, which one of the vaccines would you take?
I ain't doing it. I just need to see what's going on because they're not prepared for the millions of the billions. It's no.
So you don't feel it's safe?
How is it safe when you need 2 doses and you're not even prepared prepared to get the person the second dose that they're supposed to get within after getting the first. You're supposed to be a certain amount of time for it to work. So they're not ready or prepared. So there's something going on right now we don't know. So really, this is really serious, guys.
Yeah, I think the research isn't out on how long after the first dose
that you're supposed to get the second dose.
Get the second, and it renders the first
and why
dose
do you need a second
ineffective.
Dose?
Oh, wow.
Right?
Yes.
So,
and then it's not even no supplies. They
Are you supposed to get the first dose in a certain time frame so that you're complete?
This makes me nervous.
You know what? From my understanding, I think you're supposed to get the second dose around 20 to 21 days following the first dose.
So now what? Okay. When you get the first dose, if you don't get your second dose within those days, now the second. That's what I'm talking about. That's why we're here. The Streetz is watching. We watching, y'all.
Yeah, and the Streetz is watching. We're watching the Streetz, but we want to say very quickly,
serious.
Rap and Power, Prince Marky D.
Great talk.
A legend in the game from Fat Boys and the Penny. Wrote a lot of music.
Dope.
We love him.
Yes.
And we also want to highlight Eric B's piece in the Wendy Williams Lifetime movie,
right?
Where he was obviously a big part of. People know him. He's a big figure, and he was included.
Right.
So, Bamboo, thanks for bringing that up. We appreciate that.
Why did you? Jesus.
Why did we bring that up? Because you put that in the meeting. Like, don't try to make it. Don't act like it's me and Charlie. It's not me and Charlie, baby. You try to put it. Streetz is watching. We will blow you up.
So my OC was watching me too when I was just talking to him.
Streetz authorized it, homie.
Okay, well, yeah, it's not true. It's not true.
But that's fine.
What she's saying is just not true. She put it out there. My cousin, my cousin is married to Method Man too. Okay. And my cousin Tamika Smith. She allowed me to talk about this.
We doing governments.
Okay. Yeah, Tamika. She even addressed and I said, yo, cuz I never wanted to come to you about anything, but I can't take it no more. What's going on? Why is this Wendy Williams putting it out there? Met the man. She had a relationship with him, and she had to address it because she's tired of this girl. This lady is terrible. She's terrible. But I guess it's for the media. Whatever you got to do to make your money.
What Streetz is watching is not a gossip show.
But yeah.
So you point out that
I'm pointing out that there's lies and everything. I want us to be completely honest. Yeah, we watching and seeing what people talking about and everything. But when you're affecting families and everything, it's not fair and it's not good.
So you're more talking about.
I'm only mentioning it now because my cousin mentioned it.
How we proceed and how we move in media. Because it affects families. Okay.
Yeah. All right. I mean, I'm a part of the family.
That.
So you know what, Bamboo? Talking about family, I think you brought up something else in the meeting you want to discuss. There was a family, I think about 4 or 6, I can't remember, of this little 9-year-old girl who was, handcuffed. Do you want to discuss that a little bit?
Oh my God, on Rochester.
And I know with you being a mom and stuff.
What?
You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that really impacts you.
What would you do? What would you do if you...
What was the situation?
The little girl in Rochester, she was in the house with her parents. Her mother and her stepfather was having an argument, and a kid don't want to see that, so she ran out the house screaming and whatever you would think a kid would do or whatever. And somebody called the cops, and the cops saw her running out. Now but the cops saw her, and she's acting erratic or whatever. And grabbed her. She's telling them that she's young. She's telling them how old she is. Right. They literally thank God for these.
The child was going through like stress.
Yeah, stress, and she was scared. She was scared and screaming.
Mom and dad
PTSD. Nobody's there for her. Nobody's there for her and know what's going on. Do you know they maced her? Wow. They maced a 9-year-old little girl, not even a boy. It was a girl.
Crazy.
And then she's telling them how old she is. She's telling them everything. She's telling them what's happening in the house, and then they put her in handcuffs.
What do you think is going on in those police officers' heads? I mean, do you think that those officers have enough training to really deal with circumstances in the black community?
It should be common sense. It's not about training. Common sense
but obviously,
should make you want to just stand her up.
She's a 9-year-old girl.
Right.
Why do you feel you have to use mace?
And handcuffs too.
I'm going to be honest with you, Bamboo and Charlie.
What?
It's not about the training and it's not about the mace, because in situations like that, as much training as you have, when the things happen on the fly, right, your body's going to react differently. Your mind's going to react. It's about understanding that that's a 9-year-old. Or that's a little
look
girl
at- you could look
that
at her and
can't
tell she's a
do
child.
you any
No
harm.
harm.
It's simple, right? So if I'm at a store and a little girl is talking to me reckless, I'm not gonna get too crazy because I'm like, you a little girl, you know,
Be the adult.
deal with you. So if cops who get paid by our taxes, who understand situations that are far worse than that, can't make that determination,
Right.
we're in a
How
situation.
did they even pass the courses that
Well-
they said it takes to even become a cop?
Right. I mean, listen, this stuff all comes back to, I think, again, training and perspectives. Okay. Now, if you get more black cops in the area, I mean, question, do you know if the cops were black or white?
No, actually,
All right,
no.
So we definitely need to know that information.
good point,
too,
yeah,
as well,
that's
because
a good point. I want to go further on this now.
yeah, it's hard to bring up the
mom
race
is suing, though. I know
factor.
that. I know that.
From my understanding, and I think from a clip or two, maybe I saw that the cops were white and she was a little black girl.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the case is opening up a couple of things too. I'm not sure if this is the one that's doing it. There was another one that also happened. I can't remember where it was, but it was the whole family was on the floor and they had little girls,
goodness.
and screaming and crying, and they had them at gunpoint. And I think
Terrible.
that case is gonna open up to where they really start scrutinizing and holding the officers accountable financially for their situation.
That's what it's about.
Right,
That's what it's about, Charlie.
Right, of course, the Breonna Taylor thing really
That's
put that into
heartbreaking.
effect.
Yeah, it's
And
heartbreaking.
that case there is one of the first cases that's going to go through that new policy, new law.
And shout to I know we don't see Black Lives Matter, Shaun King, grassroots law. There's a lot of activity happening with legislature that's passing.
Yes,
Right,
Talking about legislation.
folks behind the scenes.
the no knock,
Folks
the
behind
no
the scenes.
bust
I'm
down the
talking to
door
myself.
law. There
clap it
are
up for them.
legislative
Yes.
being passed. So
Yes.
shout to them.
Yep.
We appreciate them.
Yes.
Truly
And
appreciate
let's
that.
get to it.
Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Robin Bamboo on Streetz is Watching podcast. I want y'all to click the link below for our sponsor, www.streetsiswatching.com, for your hottest hoodies, apparel, hats, tees. Yo, we all over the city. So keep it going. Let's go. Streetz is Watching.
Charlie,
What?
there's been a lot of pandemic moves in terms of working from home,
Right.
families moving other places, leaving cold regions. What is your best city, Bamboo? What is the best city you would like to live in?
I already, listen, no cities. I'm going to the woods.
What woods? In what
Walking Dead
state?
woods?
Yes. I'm
What
going to
state?
the
Give me a
woods.
state in
Out
woods.
to Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania, because there's
Pennsylvania's a
hills.
good place.
There's
Okay.
hills. You got the
You want to
valleys.
go Poconos, but then you want to go
Yeah, and where
hang
the fog,
out.
it's
There's
fog
a
and
city
everything.
life, and there's
Ooh,
this.
ooh,
I like that.
Wait,
Okay.
loveliness just walked in.
Okay.
Ooh. Ew.
Where you at,
That'd be
Charlie?
fun.
So we gotta definitely stay in New York where we know what's what. You know what I'm saying?
Why?
Pre-COVID, I used to like Atlanta.
ATL.
Pre-COVID. I felt that you got a lot of bang for your buck out there.
Right, it was
true.
beautiful.
Scenery was nice.
It was
A
beautiful.
lot of black excellence.
Right,
Yes.
absolutely. But now, post-COVID, I haven't been back, so I don't really know what's going on. So the best thing for me to do would be to stay where I know, you know what I'm saying, which is in New York, unfortunately. So I got to deal with the snow and all the...
But they're gonna turn to zombies.
I want to tell you.
Turn to zombies. Where'd that come from?
Well,
Huh?
you want to look at her idea of a lot of her
know what?
probably her series she's watching.
White
you know,
people are obsessed with
And she's
zombies.
probably thinking that, and that's fine.
Right.
But
That's why
I'm
they're
looking
giving
at.
you the vaccine.
I need you to see me. I want to see you, and I want to talk about where I want to go.
That's why they give you the first vaccine and lie to you about
I
the
want to
second
go
one so they can
to
turn you into a zombie.
Bamboo. I want to go to New Mexico.
Oh, what the?
New Mexico.
New
What?
Mexico.
It's so dry.
Sounds
Listen
far.
to me carefully.
sounds
New
very
Mexico
far.
is considered.
Sounds like it's in the desert somewhere.
It is.
You know what I'm
It's
saying?
considered the
Like it's too
state-
hot.
The healthiest
There's no
state
food.
in
Really?
the United States.
Really? It
New
is?
Mexico.
You have no
What
game
do you
to
mean?
hunt.
Healthy
The healthiest state because there's a lot of space. It's not inhabited.
Food-wise,
Food.
good air.
Food wise, good air.
There's like
It's not
12,000
crowded.
gyms,
It's not
12,000
crowded.
Okay.
You get a lot of land.
But what
Folks
about
on
the
keto
food?
diets?
Where's the meat? No meat.
Keto, vegetarian, and a lot of biking. So I want to go to New Mexico because I want to make sure that health is wealth. And
Okay.
based on a lot of information, New Mexico is uninhabited. It's not crowded.
You don't hear a a lot about New Mexico. That's smart.
Factory.
Yes.
Factory.
Yo,
So let me ask you a question, E. So that new storm that just hit Texas and them boys, did it pass through New Mexico?
that's weird.
I want to ask you this. Have you seen New Mexico on your feed?
No,
have
I
you
have
seen
not
people
seen.
in New Mexico?
No, I have not seen that.
Talking about
No, I have
organisms in their water?
No, I have not
Have
seen
you
that.
ever?
No, I have not
Even
seen
during
that,
the
E.
Flint situation,
Yes.
even during Hurricane Katrina, have you ever heard New Mexico come up like, yo, we struggling?
E, listen, to be honest, E.
Charlie, have you ever heard New Mexico say, we
So I
struggling?
can answer. Truth be told, E, I didn't even know New Mexico was a part of
Forgot that it was a
United
part of the
States.
United States.
I'll tell you just about that.
Because I want to preach the gospel.
Sorry,
I
New
didn't even
Mexico.
know
New Mexico was a
part
state.
of-
Sorry.
part of the United States.
He said, I thought New Mexico was Tijuana.
I
You
thought
talking
it was
about
Mexico.
a new part of Cancun?
I thought it was the new part of Mexico.
Sorry, New Mexico, a part
You
of.
thought that was another Cancun, New Mexico?
He said a New Mexico.
You thought it was Tulum? You thought it was New Tulum?
My bad.
Sorry, New Mexico.
And this is what Streetz is watching is about.
We're watching New Mexico.
We're watching
man.
Streetz.
We put them on
New
New
Mexico.
My bad, Mexico.
That's
my
what it's
bad, my
about.
fellow New Mexico Americans.
New Mexico,
Wait, is that
New
even a
Mexico.
word?
It's not even New Mexico, New Mexico. Charlie, this is what the show is about.
Exactly.
So I found out where you want to go, ATL, post-pandemic. You want to go
The forest.
Pennsylvania. I'm New Mexico. I'm not even going to say New Mexico. It's New Mexico. One of the healthiest states, and we'll take it from there.
In the United States.
What a great conclusion.
That
I
was
love
great.
It.
Love
Listen,
it.
something I want to talk about, y'all, is climate change. Because going to the state next door, Texas. Okay,
Yes.
Texas was singing a whole nother song. Yo,
Yeah.
these dudes had icicles coming through their chandeliers.
What? Yo.
Okay,
Crazy.
Climate change is real.
Oh,
E.
man.
Crazy.
Jesus Christ
This
for
bamboo, it's real.
Texas.
My
It's
sister
crazy.
lives in Texas now and couldn't believe there was snow there.
Yo.
She went there to get away from
They
it.
were not prepared.
Yo,
As I'm gonna do Kevin Hart voice.
go ahead.
No. How Kevin Hart do it? No.
Yo,
You seen
E.
that
They
movie
were
where
not
they put
ready
stuff
for
in
it.
the sky to change the climate?
Yo, E. Saudi Arabia, it's snowing in the desert out there.
No way. I
It's
didn't hear that.
It's snowing.
I did not know that.
It's snowing in the desert. Yo, the camels is like, yo,
I gotta go.
Cameron's like,
yo, son, what's your son? What's
you-
good?
So you said the cameras are like, yo, where my Uggs at? Where my Uggs at? The
my
camera's like, yo, I need some Uggs.
Listen, yo,
That's why Charlie
Crazy.
popped out with
Comedy.
these Japanese boots.
Why? Let's
He
say the
knew
boots. Let's
at
say
any
the-
moment. What are the
listen, y'all,
boots?
it's cold outside.
Charlie, what are the boots again?
Samiko.
Samigos. He knew at any moment.
Those are fly, though,
Samigos
Charlie.
could come and play.
They look fly though.
Shout out to
Charlie.
Samigos and Charlie.
They look nice.
Sponsor alert. But this is serious.
Nah, serious with the climate
Climate
change,
change
man.
is serious.
Climate
It
change.
really is so crazy. I'm scared.
You know what they
COVID,
just
climate
recently
change,
spoke
all
about?
the seas.
Who's this guy again? Bill
Is it Gates?
Bill Gates, correct, right? Dude was in an interview, and he was basically breaking it down for us. He said, "Listen, the most serious thing that we have to worry about next is climate change." And here's why he said why. He said, even though a pandemic happens, we can always fix the damn pandemic when we come up with vaccines. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, at some point in time, we execute the vaccine, and then we start getting things back in order.
Zombies.
The problem with climate change is that once the reefs and the barriers and the things that are being damaged, erode, or whatever the case is, but based on carbon emissions and all the other thing going on with the world, it's very difficult to reverse that.
Yeah, it's
You know what I'm saying? Quite simply, there is no reversing.
there
that.
is no reversing.
So whatever the state of the earth is going to be at that point is what we're going to have to deal with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we as human beings who've created a society based on those things not happening, we have to accustom to that. What scares you about climate change, Bamboo?
Climate change?
Yeah.
Yes.
I just feel like I feel like it's already been. I've been talking about this for a long time before it's even been happening. That they're gonna put something in the sky to control the climate. You see out of nowhere, this February, how much snow I don't remember it's snowing like this. You know,
I
feel
do
like it's
remember
being-
February being a cold month and a snowy
not
month.
So,
But I don't remember that in July, right? I don't remember that in Houston. I don't remember that
Texas
in
and
the
stuff like
desert.
that.
That's
Exactly.
where,
Right,
like
correct.
Charlie, you mentioned, it's getting a little out of control.
It's
You look like someone who's ready for climate change
I love it. I
all
love it
year
so
round.
much, but I love
right?
it.
But Charlie, you look
How do
like
you know that I
you
love
bought
it?
these Japanese boots
I love it.
based on your research.
I love
Like
it.
you look like you ordered those boots once you read the research.
Right? they fly.
Yo,
But
he
look
trying to
at
get me to
these
tell
are
him.
Is that true?
Where I got the
He-
boots
he
from?
knows
What
about it too.
website, Charlie?
What website?
For the streets that are watching you, what website did you
I
get
wish
the
we
boots
could
from?
pants
Somehow
his boots, 'cause
caught
they fly.
amnesia, E. But you know I'm going to you know I'm going to plug in though. Streetsiswatching.com.
Streets are watching for your apparel that might have boots and hoodies to match those boots.
Streetsiswatching.com.
There you go. That might have hoodies to match those
crazy.
boots.
I
Of course,
love it.
absolutely.
That is crazy. That is. I want to say it's been fantastic working with you, Charlie Bamboo.
Of
Yes,
course. yo, E,
fantastic.
man.
And
working with you too.
follow Streets is Watching at STREETZ. Right. Once you
Yeah.
put the STREETZ, you'll find Streets is Watching. Follow them for information, our podcast skits. I'm at exotic.siwp. That's Streets is Watching podcast. Bamboo, talk to him.
Okay, check for me at Bamboo, BAMBUE on Instagram, Facebook. I'm all over the field. And then also look for Streets is Watching and click the ding sign, the subscribe below, and leave your comments. Let's go.
Charlie Brown here with the Streets is Watching podcast. You could definitely check for me at Streetz with a Z _ IZ _ watching with no G at the end on the IG. Come check it out. Yeah.
How's YouTube going, Charlie?
So far, so good with the YouTube. I think we're already at 4,000 or 5,000 views on the first.
Can we
first
follow on
episode.
YouTube? Subscribe. What do we follow?
We're gonna go to YouTube. You're gonna go to Streets is Watching Films. All right, Streets is Watching Films.
Is it right
for
there on the
that.
hat? Right there.
Yeah, pretty much. Boom. You can plug that in.
There you go.
Streets is Watching Films for the YouTube. We're consistently, dropping content. We have videos. We got clothing commercials. We got podcasts. So, we work in a multi-network right now. And, we're building it from the bottom, straight to the top into a few millions.
There you
Yes,
go.
let's get it.
The streets is watching, busy waiting for the come up. Too busy grinding through the night until the sun up. You from New York, where your outfit gotta be done up. Was born a boss like a CEO since my come up. The streets is watching, gotta watch how I move. I know they watching, ain't no way I could lose.